Hey fam, it is your girl, the one and the only Spicy, and I'm back today with another pick a card reading. I'm feeling well. I hope you all are feeling well. I hope you are feeling great. I am grateful and I'm definitely excited to be doing another reading for y'all today. So if you are new here, welcome. If you are a returning viewer or subscriber, then I definitely want to give y'all a special welcome back, especially my lovely subscribers. So if you have not yet subscribed, go ahead and click that button and join the fam today because I promise you will definitely love it over here. And the question that we are asking Spirit today, like this is purely entertainment, y'all. Purely entertainment today. We're asking what makes you irreplaceable, okay? The song Irreplaceable by Beyonce, when I tell you it literally keeps playing in my head. So that was actually the inspiration for today. Okay, so what makes you irreplaceable? Within that being said, if you are new to pick a card readings, this is how this reading is going to go. You can pause the video right now if you need to. You can take a look at the three piles that we have in front of us. So for pile one, we have the Modern Witch Tarot with the selenite stone. For pile two, we have the Essential Tarot with the citrine crystal. And then for pile three, we have the Final Rose Tarot with the rose quartz crystal. So pause the video right now if you need to, and you're going to choose the pile that you would like to listen to, whether it's based on the artwork or based on the crystal that you are the most attracted to. You're going to go to the description box, scroll down to the timestamps, and choose the timestamp that correlates with the pile or the piles that you have chosen, and I will see you at your reading. All right, my pile one people, if you chose the Modern Witch Tarot with the selenite stone, we're going to get started with your reading for today. But first and foremost, I definitely just want to thank y'all that have been engaging with my channel. Like all the lovely subscribers that have just been commenting, have been connecting in the comment section. I'm thankful for y'all. I really am. Like I told y'all, I will thank y'all every single day because if it wasn't for y'all, my channel wouldn't be where it is. So I just look forward to continuing to grow, to put out more videos consistently and just to have fun with y'all. Like today's reading is purely entertainment. And I'm just supporting y'all, giving y'all some amazing messages because y'all be supporting me. Make sure y'all check out the links in the description box. You'll find links there to donate to this channel if you would like to. There's a couple different ways, and I also have the super thanks button enabled on this video if you would like to donate to the channel through this app. That option is available for you. You could also check me out on social media. Y'all, if I don't post over here on this app, you could catch me on IG. I'll be over there too. So if y'all would like to get, even more in-depth look at my life and what I do on a day-to-day basis, you could check me out over there. And check out my Etsy stores too, where I post my line of 3D and hand-painted gel press-on nails. So get into it, get nosy. That's why I have the links there so that y'all could click it. But yeah, let's go ahead and get started. We're asking Spirit today, what makes you irreplaceable? I also have 3 other oracle decks that I'm going to be using as well for some messages. So let's get into it. Let's get into it. Okay, so we have the 6 of Wands. I just heard the song, All I Do Is Win, 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 no matter what. So that song might mean something to you. But yeah, like we have the Tower card as well. Let me get one more card. And then we also have the King of Pentacles. Like, yeah, like all you do is win. Like, and I feel like you're someone who's very thorough, and you're thorough, you're authentic, and like you get things done, like, which is really good. So yeah, y'all really, it seems like as far as when it comes to y'all, what makes you irreplaceable is like the fact that you are the center of attention. Like with that Six of Wands card, you are a winner. You're someone who is like, any challenge that you undertake, you're going to win, or you're going to find some type of success with that. I also feel like you gladly accept life's challenges. So we know how life is. Like, life can be very life can be very interesting. Like, there's multiple paths and journeys that people can take, but I feel like with you're valiant. Okay, you valiantly ride into challenges and situations, and these are sudden changes. But I feel like for you lean into those changes because you know that there can be something positive, or on the other end of that change. You know how some people are afraid to lean into challenges, they're afraid to lean into transitions, but like your life transition can transition you into something better. And I think that's something that you've seen. I feel like you all, it's just like you're not scared. Like, you're not a person that's afraid. Like, you're up for the challenge, and that's just what it is. And I also feel like you could have some of like that disruptor type of energy, and like being disruptive maybe, it's maybe not that great when you're in situations where you do have to exercise discipline. But I feel like within your life in general, you're someone who is like a disruptor. Like, if you have to tear something down and start again, you will do that. If you have to take a new path, like, you'll do that. If you have to try something new, you will do that. So I think that you're someone who definitely leans into challenges, whereas most people might be a little afraid to lean into challenges. Like, you're someone who is not afraid to do so. And like, yeah, Nine of Pentacles, like, I definitely feel as though you all are just in a very independent and self-sufficient type of energy, and that's what makes you irreplaceable. I feel like you're a good person to have in a, like, if you have a friends group, it's like you're like a pillar within that friends group, because it seemed like you had favor. Honestly, it seems like what makes you irreplaceable is you have favor, because it's like, because there's a certain favor on your life, it's like no matter where you find yourself, it's like things actually do work out for your own good, which is really nice. Even with that King of Pentacles as well, y'all could be very business minded individuals, or just people that are focused on, you know, building up what you need financially, not only just for yourself, but also for your loved ones as well. So if you have a family, you could be the matriarch or the patriarch of your family. It just depends as far as who you identify as. So if you are a woman, you might be that matriarch of the family. Like, people listen to you because this is where the wealth and the abundance and the prosperity is coming from. It's coming from you. And it doesn't matter as far as what your position is. It's like you have the knowledge, you have the skills, it's within you. So for some of y'all, if you feel like, you're not being seen or you're not being heard, like, just don't worry about that, because your energy is very, I'm trying to figure out the word, but it's here. Okay, it's here. And if anybody is trying to make you feel like you're small, I just want you to know that you're not small. Like, you're not small. Like, in the eyes of the divine, in the eyes of the universe, it's like you're not small. So I definitely feel like keep leaning into the changes, because as you lean into the changes, it will be positive, especially here, like coming out with the King of Pentacles. So yeah, like, just keep doing your thing. But that's just me telling you this. But yeah, I feel like you all are, it's like your mindset is different. I feel like that's what makes you irreplaceable as well. It's like your mindset is different. Like, you're someone who wants to focus on the finer things in life, putting yourself in a position to where you can afford the finer things in life. And you're not, I'm not just putting it on you that you could be a materialistic person, but I feel like, if you are providing for other people, then you deserve to be able to provide for yourself as well. Okay. And that's the finer things in life, if that's what you want. But yeah, I just feel like that's where you all are focused on. You're focused on those finer things. You're leaning into changes. I didn't see the hangman, but I feel like y'all could oftentimes be in the hangman energy as well, which is the energy of surrender and sacrifice. Because you know, if you give up something, if you make room for something, it'll, if you make room for something, it will be replaced by something even better. So oftentimes people don't really want to sacrifice, or they don't want to lean into the changes because they're not sure of what is going to come out on the other side. But for y'all, the King of Pentacles is coming out on the other side. Like, yeah, that's good. Like, that's good. So it seems like you all bet on yourself. You bet on yourself. And I just feel like you have trust and faith in yourself because you're a winner. Like, I feel like you all have won before multiple times. So you can trust yourself. You can trust yourself. And even just, you know, with trusting yourself, I feel as though you all, it's like you're a very active type of individual as well. You're very active when it comes to you transitioning to other things in your life. It's like you are aware, you're in it. Like what I just heard was in it to win it. So I feel like y'all could have a lot of focus and determination on like literally everything. So every step of the way. And I also feel like what makes y'all irreplaceable as well is like you don't really lean too much into what other people say. I feel like you focus specifically on yourself and how you feel because you've won plenty of times before. You've seen success. You've what is the word? I'm trying to figure out what this word is. It's like the successful completion of a goal. Like you all have experienced that many times before. So all you have is yourself to lean on regardless of what changes happen. And I mean, I feel like it's a lot of people around you that may have things to say, but you are so determined to defend yourself, to defend your position, to defend the direction in which your life is going, that it all of those things don't really matter to you, and rightfully so. I feel like y'all are people, this is a message that I think came up earlier within one of the past readings. It's just like y'all are people who are just committed to your peace. You're committed to your self-sufficiency. You're committed to, you know, maybe even building up a life of comfort and luxury for yourself. It's like you're very committed to your goals. But I think you're a winner first and foremost. And I feel like like, how can you replace a winner? Like, how can you replace someone who always, you know, gives what needed to be gave? Like, how can you replace somebody who, you know, will is brave and will go through different challenges and go through different situations just to come out on the other side better? Like, how could you replace somebody like, like that? How could you? Like, how could you? How could you? Give me a second, y'all. But yeah, it seemed like the King of Pentacles had, not the King of Pentacles, I'm sorry, the King of Cups had wanted to come out as well. I just feel like, if anything, that energy is just talking about how, like, emotionally committed you are to literally your life, to literally what you're doing. Like, and we have the Death card here as well. So I feel as though, like, when it comes to change, when it comes to transformation, like, you are someone who is going to boldly go after that. I feel like you're someone who is like, you don't ever want to stay the same for too long. And that's good, because I feel like most people are the same. Like, they will literally wear the same clothes, have the same haircuts, do the same thing. Like, I feel like you're someone who likes to switch things up. Like, things are always going to be different when it comes to you. Like, and I also feel like with the Death card as well, it's like I said, those changes that you experience, it always will work out for your own personal good. So I feel like you lean into those moments, like those moments that might seem like mad chaotic, where people just be like, oh, I don't know what to do. Like, you might have a good footing on those things, as opposed to just thinking like, oh, it's gonna be detrimental. I feel like for y'all focus on the positive. Like, no, this is gonna work out good. There's a silver lining somewhere. I didn't see the Six of Swords, but it makes me feel like y'all are those types of individuals as well. So you could be very optimistic even when things seem to be very chaotic, and you have to start again. But it seemed like even within your life, you could have experienced a lot of starting over moments. But just with that Six of Wands energy, with that Nine of Pentacles energy, it's just showing me that you are very, very brave and valiant. Okay. I didn't see any of the night cards, but it's definitely giving that type of energy. Like, you're very brave, you're quick to act, you're quick to do what you got to do. But I also feel like you have a good idea of, some things where it's like, people, I think it's foresight. I think it's like a good idea of foresight, something like that. Because you know how sometimes people have to go through something and then they look back on it and they're just like, oh, hindsight. But for y'all, I think it's more so like a foresight type of thing. So y'all could be very intuitive. You could be very intuitive, essentially just really leaning into your own sense of inner guidance, and that has been the thing that has pulled you through. But yeah, like, I would say, like, keep defending, keep standing on your word. For some of y'all, the the lingo is being 10 toes down. Like, if you understand me, like, you're 10 toes down, you're very authentic, you're genuine, like, what you said is what it is, that type of thing. Like, you stand on your word. Another word for that is essentially you take accountability. You take accountability, and you really show up for yourself. So I feel like you would be a good person to have around, like, in general. Like, even if you had a friends group, it's like you would be a really good person to have around, because I feel like you're someone who's gonna always stand on what you said, and you're gonna make legit changes. That's just what you're gonna do. And you have a lot of courage, and you're very brave. So, you're brave. Like, you're someone to have around. Then we also have the King of Swords. Yeah, y'all definitely could be very intellectual, someone who is very disciplined, and even someone who is very logical as well. So oftentimes I feel like, and that's probably why you be winning so much, is because you just kind of look at things for what they are, reality based, and you go from there. And we have the butterflies here and with the death card, so they're definitely transformational as well. Maybe, like I said, you're someone who you don't really see yourself being the same, so you might switch things up a lot. You could do that superficially, or you could do that superficially as far as within your looks, or you can do that in a not superficial way when it comes to actual life things and characteristics that you have, personality traits that you have. So yeah, let's see what else we have here. Yeah, I think that what makes you irreplaceable as well is you're very smart. Y'all could also be very strategic as well. And you could actually be a really good business person, a very smart business person. And you could also be really good when it comes to negotiations as well. So I think what's irreplaceable about you is you could also get your way a lot of the time. But it's not getting your way in a temper tantrum type of thing. You know how some people feel like they got to throw temper tantrums to get their way? I don't get that from you. I feel like you use your words. You could be a very good public speaker. You use your intelligence and you make a way for yourself. Like, you make a way. That's why I'm like, you are a very good person to have around, because success is going to happen. Winning is going to happen. Anybody who is attached to you, winning is going to happen, but they need to be able to weather the storm, okay? Because things don't always come so easy. I think that's something that you understand. So they got to be able to weather the storm. Like, if they connected to you, yeah, they got to be able to weather that storm. And then we also have the Knight of Pentacles. What I just heard was Can You Stand the Rain by New Edition. So that song could be something for y'all. But it definitely seems as though y'all have had those days. Okay, you have had those days. But you always come out on the other side. And I think it's just because of your intelligence, your ability to be strategic, your ability to negotiate, and you always you remember, like, you're responsible for your own life. You remember that you have to be responsible when it comes to your own self-sufficiency and your survival. So you don't be playing games, like, you really don't. Like, I really like that. You seem like you're a really brave person to have around, very courageous. Like, but yeah, with the Knight of Pentacles, I just feel like you could also be a very cautious individual as well. So you might be someone who is like, you don't, it's like you're not going to, it's like, yeah, you could be risky. You could be very risky, but it's like you do things that you know are sure things. You know, it's like you won't do something that's completely outlandish if it doesn't make sense. I feel like for y'all, it has to make sense. If the risk makes sense, like, then you're gonna go after that type of thing as well. So there could be some cautious, energy to you, or you could even be someone who's patient, who knows that things have to take time, or that you have to give yourself enough time to make a way, to see a way. Because I think you're a logical thinker as well. So I feel like it's not too much emotion when it comes to you, because oftentimes emotions can be very deceiving. I feel like for y'all, it's very clear cut and it's very straightforward. Y'all could even be black or white thinkers, and I feel like that's needed. I feel like that's needed, like, in a place where people might be, too emotional. It's like that's needed sometimes, where it's like, is it this or is it that? Are we doing this? Are we doing that? Like, that type of like black and white thinking. So for yourself, I feel like you don't really operate too much in the gray areas. I mean, there's a lot of nuances when it comes to the gray areas, but I feel like for y'all focus on winning. You focus on getting what you need to get for yourself. You focus on yourself. Like, you really are living life. I feel like you're focused on things that, like I just hear you're in it to win it. I just feel like you're focused on doing things that, maybe a lot of people aren't really tapped into. Like, so it might really just be you. And not to say that there aren't other people around you that can be just like you, but I feel like it's very slim. It's very slim. Okay. So we also have to the sea. Yeah, I feel like you are always constantly going on some type of journey, and you're going on solo journeys. I feel like it's just things that you're immediately passionate about, and it's like you have to jump on those things. So I feel like if you have any issues with impulse control, it's really just the issue of like, okay, I need to do this now, like that type of thing. I don't think it's a real issue, like when it comes to your relationships with other people, or if it's hurting or harming other people. I feel like it's really just like immediately things that you're passionate about, and you have to jump on it. Like, you have to. So with your impulses, that's not too bad. Like, impulse control can be bad when it's like people can't hold themselves back from doing bad things or disgraceful things or disrespectful things. I feel like that's when impulse control becomes very problematic. But for you all, it's like, it's not that way. I feel like you gladly lean into the changes. You gladly lean into the journey. And I feel like just a lot of your journey, you really do, you're not shy to undertake these things by yourself. Sometimes people feel like they need other people around to like affirm their decisions and to validate their decisions and what it is that they want to do. But I feel like for y'all, you don't really need that. Like, y'all are just winners. Like, whatever is passionate, whatever you feel passionate about, whatever challenge you have to undertake, it's like you're gonna do it. Like, no matter if it disrupts other areas of your life, it's like you have to do it. But it works out for you. It really does. Like, and you have a lot of strong energy to lean on. So I can see why you're someone who, someone who just is successful, like, who just continues to keep winning. I can see why. Like, you have all the necessary skills and the competency to do so. So why not? You know what I'm saying? Why not? That's probably something y'all always say, is like, you know how people be like, why? And you be like, why not? Like, yo, I'm done. So y'all also got with the hip hop queens, we got fight with Lady of Rage. Yeah, you are. I think your presence is very bold. Like your presence and your energy is very bold. But I think it's because even with this card, it's like you always have something to go up against. So you're someone, like I said, I feel like you lean into challenges and changes readily. I feel like, sometimes it's difficult, especially if you're in my community. It's like it's difficult sometimes, I feel like, or not difficult, but it's like you don't want to put it on someone that they're strong, because sometimes, like, women in my community, it's like we've had to be strong, like, you know what I'm saying? But it's like for y'all, I really want to tell y'all, even if you're a part of my community or not, because I know people watch me from everywhere, it's like you're strong. Like, you're a strong person. Like, you, like, life, like you know how life be like beating people up. It's like life is not gonna beat you up. It don't matter where you go, it don't matter where you end up. Like, life is not gonna beat you up, it's not gonna keep you down. You're gonna succeed. It's kind of like a rose growing in between the concrete. Like, because y'all know, like, concrete is it's a hard substance. So, but it's like for y'all, nothing can literally keep you down. It's like you're a rose that really blooms out through the concrete. It's like nothing can stop you. That type of thing. Like, and especially because you are pointed towards success and winning, it's like nothing can. There can be obstacles in the way. People could try, especially with the Seven of Wands. Y'all might face a lot of different obstacles when it comes to the things that people want to say. You might have to defend yourself, but I feel like y'all always end up on top. Like, you always do. So that's why I was like, you definitely could be a very good person to have around. Like, a good friend to have, a good support system, because it's like you really will end up on top. Like, that's really what you do. Like, and here we have self-love, all about me. So yeah, like, you put yourself first. And I feel like rightfully so. You could definitely be someone who could be a good mentor to someone else, or just a good example of what it means to constantly win. Mind y'all, I keep hearing T-Pain say, all I do is win, 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 no matter what. So you could have some very strong ancestors behind you. Like, look, you better be tapping into your guardian angels, because these people, these these angels, these guys, I was saying these people, I'm so done. Like, you got some really strong and powerful forces that's really behind you. So just continue to to keep going. Then for you all, I also got the player card. Oh, this is a divine feminine oracle deck, y'all. I also got the player card within the reverse. Yeah, I think that just talks about you being just a straight up individual. Like, I feel like even if you have to play the game, like, you have to negotiate, you have to manipulate things in your favor. I feel like it's not in a way that will intentionally harm another person. That's not what it's about for you, with the player card within the reverse. So I think it's good. I think this is a good energy to really have, because it's like nothing for y'all. It's not really about, for y'all too, I feel like it's not really about competing with other people. It's really about just bettering yourself. It's about building up your I forgot what the word is. It's like your tolerance, because some people, I feel like they don't really have a tolerance for simple basic life changes. Like, they don't really have a tolerance to be able to see that thing through. But I feel like you all just fight, and you're very strong, so you can withstand those challenges to be able to make it to the other side, to see what the silver lining is, or to be optimistic about what it is that you're left with. Because oftentimes when the tarot card happens, it's like it's really nothing you can do. I feel like that's a form of divine intervention, where things are really outside of your control, but you have the courage to withstand those changes and to make it out on the other side, like I previously said. So I feel like you all you're authentic and you're genuine people. I feel like you only really compete with yourself as opposed to competing with others. I feel like you're focused on your own personal sense of transformation. You're focused on creating, creating the life that you want, even if it takes a while to do so. I feel like you all should be looking forward to some just amazing rewards because you stay 10 toes down, you stay dedicated, and you take accountability for your actions and you focus on yourself. You take responsibility for yourself. Like, so I feel like you are all around good person to have around because, like, y'all probably, I didn't read into your past, but I just feel like y'all probably been through a lot of stuff that made you the person who you are today. Very strong, like, and someone who is focused on success and someone who wins. So I'm gonna go ahead and leave it right there because I have 2 other piles to do. See, I know I will be talking on and on. So definitely, I hope that you all love this reading. I hope that it resonated. Make sure that you like, comment, and subscribe. And I will see y'all in the next one. All right, y'all. If you chose pile 2, which is the Essential Tarot with the Citrine Crystal, I'm going to go ahead and get started with your reading for today. But first and foremost, I definitely want to say welcome to all the new viewers again. And I want to give a special welcome back to all the returning viewers and subscribers, especially my lovely subscribers. If you have not yet subscribed and joined the fam today, go ahead and click that button because I promise, like, you will definitely love it over here. And also make sure you check out the links in the description box if you would like to donate to this channel, to add some more crystals, to add some more decks to the channel, then you can do so. There are a couple different ways you can, but I also have the super thanks button enabled on this video, so you have the option to support the channel through this app. You can also check me out on Instagram or other social media sites. If you click on my channel, I have my Facebook there as well as my Instagram. So check me out because I definitely will post over there, even if I'm not, if I didn't drop a reading on YouTube. So, get nosy. And also y'all can check out my Etsy store where I post my line of 3D and hand painted gel press-on nails. So go ahead and check that out as well. Go ahead. But yeah, let's get into the reading for today because we came for the tarot. Okay, we came for the tarot. So in addition to the Essential Tarot, I'll be using 3 other oracle decks. The question that we're asking Spirit today is, what makes you irreplaceable? Okay, like I already told y'all in the intro, Irreplaceable by Beyonce was literally in my head. So I was just like, you know what? Let's do a reading. What makes you irreplaceable? Pile 2. What makes you irreplaceable? Okay, we have the 2 of Wands. The 2 of Wands. We have the Page of Pentacles. Give me 1 second. We have the High Priestess. Yeah, there was something kind of coming up here also, because when I looked at the Page of Pentacles, I was thinking about like someone that's studious, someone that is a researcher. But yeah, I just feel like what you do, like what makes you irreplaceable, is that even with that High Priestess energy, which is coming through very strong, I feel like just in general, y'all can be very spiritual based people, or people that it's like your third eye is very, your third eye game is strong. Like that means that you really, your intuition, I feel like, is like this right now. If y'all could look at the screen, is this, it's like, it's very open. So y'all could be in a place right now where it's like you're really trusting yourself, you're leaning into your intuition, of course, like your inner guidance, what you're being told to do, those gut feelings. So you all, your sacral energy, not your sacral, I'm sorry, your solar plexus energy can kind of be like, it's very open as well. I feel like, but I think it's pushing you to be more in a confident place. But yeah, I definitely do feel like y'all right now are leaning very heavily onto your inner guidance, and you're trusting yourself. You're trusting yourself to make new decisions. Some of y'all could be undertaking something new, whether it's a new job, a new school program. You could even be in a new relationship, or, just having a new lease on life, turning over a new leaf on life. So going down a new path within your life. But whatever it is, because this, of course, is a general reading, I feel like you're leaning into yourself and you're trusting yourself. So that makes you irreplaceable. Like, that makes you irreplaceable. I'm gonna tell you more stuff that makes you irreplaceable, but I feel like that really does, because like you lean into yourself, and the guidance that you're getting is good guidance. Is good guidance. So we have the Five of Wands. And we also have the devil energy as well. Yeah, I just feel like you all could be in a place where you are trying to resist, like maybe possibly trying to resist things that are not good for you. You're resisting that. But for others, I feel like you all could just be literally, yo, that's funny. You could be exhibiting a lot of healthy signs of narcissism. Some of y'all could really be obsessed with yourself, or you can be obsessed with a particular course of study. You could be obsessed with a particular path or journey that you're taking in your life. It's kind of like self-obsessed. It's like you're only concerned about what is really going on with you. So I think like some of y'all can have yourself in like a bubble, or you could be like having tunnel vision, or just really only focusing on yourself. And I mean, with the devil energy, it can be a little unhealthy, but I can say that the obsession that you could be displaying it's like a healthy obsession, or it's like if you obsessed on that thing, it would help you get to a better place in life. It's not like you would be obsessed with things that would take you backwards, or things that are not necessarily healthy for you. But I think it's a lot of resistance too, because you could be in an environment or just around people. It could be your friends group, or it could even be your family that you could be around, where those people might be obsessed with drama, or it's always something going on. Someone's always showing their showing their behind, or they're always showing like their bad qualities or bad behavior. So I feel like for y'all, it's a lot of resistance that you have had to undergo. And I feel like I just feel like you're different. Like you're that different person within that community, or if you're around your friends group, you're that different person, or if you're around like your family and family friends, it's like you're that different person, because I feel like you resist a lot of the things that maybe they succumb themselves to. And I feel like if there is some obsession that you exhibit, it has to be with, skills that you're building. It has to be with new information. What I just saw was like someone getting on Google, and then you just keep researching, or someone getting kind of caught up in the YouTube rabbit hole, like researching something. So yeah, that's what I see for y'all. So I just feel like what makes you irreplaceable as well is just the resistance that you have had to fight off, and it could be some drama there, but I only think it's because you might be the different person within your friends group. So there could be some like it could be some issues surrounding compatibility when it comes down to the other things that are going on around you. You may not be compatible with those things. You're just a different person. And some of y'all could even be misunderstood as well. Like people just don't understand you. Maybe you're not doing the same things that other people are doing. Maybe you're someone who isn't really trying to fall to peer pressure, societal pressures, or even environmental pressures. And it's unfortunate, but some people really do live in environments where it's like there's the majority of people that are doing a specific thing, which might not be the best thing to do, but because you're in that environment, that's what you see going on around you. But I feel like you're someone who has had to resist those things. So yeah, like you're someone who is chosen. Oftentimes I feel like some people feel as though they have to kind of go with the status quo, or they have to go with what other people around them are doing. But I feel like you're someone who is choosing to look past those things. Like you have the world is my oyster type of mentality, where it's like you don't have to be doing the same thing that other people are doing. Like, you got to do what's best for you. But that really only comes through you listening to your inner guidance. Because I feel like sometimes people want to ignore those like inner nudges. They want to ignore their spidey senses. If you are Spider-Man fans, it's like, when he had that spider sense, when Peter Parker had that spider sense, like, something was going down. And I feel like sometimes people ignore those things that's within them, and it really could just be their higher self that's pushing them or nudging them to go in a certain direction that's, of their highest good. So yeah, I feel like you had to look past your current circumstance and literally focus on what you are being told. That could cause some drama with the people that's around you, but I'm getting it heavy that it's like your environment and you're not doing the same things that, maybe someone in your position would do. And then we have the Temperance card. So yeah, I feel like what makes you irreplaceable, I feel like, is you really do focus on your peace. And like in a world, I feel like this came up in a previous reading too. It's like in a world where there is potentially chaos, it's like there's you, and you're just focused on your own inner peace and guidance. I think something you've realized is that your life goes a little more smoothly when you listen to yourself. Like when you start listening to other people, that's probably where the drama is. But as you listen to yourself and your own inner guidance and what spirit is telling you to do, what your higher self could be telling you to do, what God could be telling you to do, like, or whatever, however you want to describe your higher power that helps to progress your life in a positive direction, is like whatever your that higher power is calling for you to do. So I feel like what makes you irreplaceable as well is like you're very obedient. And I feel like because you obedient, like in those moments when you are obedient, it's like you see that things actually progress in a lot much more smoother, peaceful, balanced direction, as opposed to something that is more chaotic when you get to dealing with other people. So I feel like for y'all, a lot of what you have had to do has been to resist, the things that's been going on around you. Like, and that's good. Like, that's good because you definitely are listening to yourself. Like some of y'all could be very psychic, just very tapped in, you know. And if you don't think that you are, it's like listen to that inner chatter that's going on within you, because that inner chatter is really you speaking with your higher self. That could be a higher self speaking to you. That could be the divine speaking to you. So, start to lean into those moments. But yeah, like I feel like I said, a good bit of obsession is okay, but I feel like as long as we are obsessed with, things that are going to help us to accomplish our goals, or things that are going to help set us up for a better position in life, So let's see. Do I want to keep dealing with the tarot, or do I want to move on to the oracle decks? I think I'm going to move on to the oracle decks. Okay, I started with this deck right here. So this is the Wisdom of the Oracle. I'm just going to get y'all one card from here. Okay, what do we have? All right, so we have Come to the Edge. Yeah, this Come to the Edge card definitely reminds me of the Fool. But I definitely feel as though like you all are just in a place to where it's like, you've been overlooking certain challenges or things that could potentially make people feel that can be very daunting. So you all have been doing that as well. Which is amazing. I feel like you aren't afraid to start something new either. But I also feel like because you listen to yourself, it's like you give yourself the permission to do something new. So I feel like y'all aren't really in that self-sabotaging energy. You're more so in like, whatever happens type of energy, but hoping for the best. So that's really amazing with that Come to the Edge. It definitely reminds me of the Fool. I feel like you all take on journeys. This is a little similar to Pile 1. This is just where it correlates, but it's like you're not afraid to really start a new journey and to do something by yourself, Um, I feel like y'all prefer to even do things by yourself, but there's a singling out energy here anyway, where it's like you all don't, it's like it's not, you're not going to do the same things that other people do. Like, it doesn't matter if this is what a big group of people is doing around you. It's like you're going to resist and listen to your own inner self and your own inner guidance and go the path of least resistance. So I feel like that's what y'all do as well. So um let's see what else we have. And we have thinker. Yeah, I just got that from y'all. It's like you think about your actions before you do them, or you just check in with yourself, which is really good because that just means that you look at yourself as a trustworthy person. Like, you trust yourself, which is nice as well. Like, you're someone who, not saying that y'all could be overthinkers, but I definitely do feel like you consider all things. So you all could definitely be in like a Libra energy as well. Because like that's really how Libras are. Like, Libras will really look at all sides of the situation before making a decision. So I definitely feel like y'all could be in that energy, whether that's your sun sign, or even your rising. Like, I definitely do feel like you all really take the time that you need to be very introspective and, like I said, to listen to yourself. Like, and for y'all, we also have respect with the Queen Latifah card. So yeah, I feel like you, I think like what makes you a really respectful individual is like you, like, yeah, the big part of it is, yeah, you're respecting yourself by listening to yourself. But I feel like even that type of energy, like, it will supersede to how other people see you as well. Like, they will potentially automatically give you that respect because you give yourself that respect. I forgot what that word is, but there's actually a technical term for that, where it's like someone who is like, when you approach new people, you approach them from a means of respect, because that's what you expect for yourself. Like, you want to receive respect, so you don't really step to people in a disrespectful type of way. I just feel like a lot of what goes on is solely based on you, because like I said, you're listening to yourself, you're valuing your peace. you know when it comes down to you choosing and deciding what you want to do out of life, you're going to choose to concern yourself with things that help get you to the next level, as opposed to having to assimilate with other people. So you could be a very free thinker is what I'm trying to say. Like, and I think from that free thinking type of energy that you have, it's like forces other people to respect you. Maybe you all have just made really good decisions. Your intuition or your inner guidance has led you down, the best paths for you. So people respect that within you. And I also feel like some of y'all could be very like psychic as well. Like, you could be doing tarot readings just like me. So it's like people respect that inner guidance because it hasn't led you wrong. And I think that people have seen that it hasn't led you wrong. So like a major example is based off of your environment or other people around you. So y'all could be the first people in your family that establish a business. You could be the first person in your family that gets rich. You could be the person in your family that breaks generational curses, especially curses that have to do with substance use. Like, you could be the first person in your family, that type of energy. So I feel like people got to respect you because you're clearly doing something different, despite you being a part of a community that that can have a very strong influence over you. What I just heard was like the nature versus nurture type of thing. Like, so y'all might think about that concept. That might make sense for y'all. It's like, how could someone who grew up in the same environment with the same societal pressures still make it out? That type of thing. So y'all could definitely be a very interesting case study as well. I don't know why that came to mind, but I just feel as though there's a lot of pressures that could hold you back, but because you listen to yourself, you're able to supersede those things. Oh, I have one more deck here, a Divine Feminine Oracle deck, and let's see what comes up. We have the new you. So yeah, that's amazing. That's amazing. So maybe you're someone who's always transforming, who's always changing, despite your circumstances. Even when your circumstances could be overwhelming, it's like you still, you still listen to yourself. Like, you still listen to yourself. And then we also have purpose driven as well. So yeah, this is good. I feel like you all are people who, despite what is going on in front of you, is like you are going to be focused on things that are important to you, which is of course your own sense of peace and balance and harmony, your ability to have self-control over your life, for you to be able to choose what direction you want to take in life. And I feel like you are comfortable doing this. And I think this is something that other people will find very scary, is like to listen to themselves. I think like people are used to other people telling them what to do or like suggesting things. But for y'all, I feel like it's solely based off of like, what do I want to do for myself? Which is nice because it gives you a certain type of freedom. But it's like a freedom I feel like everyone should experience. It's like that. But it's like, y'all know how the world is. It's not, everyone is not going to be doing this. But yeah, you just definitely give yourself a sense of freedom. I think you trust yourself. I feel like you respect yourself. Y'all could be exhibiting self-love, understanding that, me taking the steps that I need to is an act of self-love. Me listening to and being obedient to what the divine is telling me to do is an act of self-love. Because when you obedient to that thing, when you obedient, it's like it's going to take you to a better situation. So I feel like this is all the Divine Feminine cards I got for the last deck. I feel like I only got 2 cards, but this is nice because I just feel like you're different. I feel like, there's other people that have had the same challenges as you, like I said, have experienced the same societal pressures as you, and you're different. Like, your situation didn't end up like theirs solely because you listened to yourself and you trusted yourself. So I'm gonna go ahead and leave it right there. I definitely hope that you all understood this reading. I hope it made sense. I hope it resonated, and I will see y'all in the next one. All right, my pile 3 people. Pile 3, if you chose the Final Rose Tarot with the rose quartz crystal, I'm going to go ahead and get started with your reading. But first and foremost, I definitely just want to say welcome again to all the new viewers. And I want to give a special welcome back to all the returning viewers and subscribers, but especially to the returning subscribers. I am so appreciative for everything that you all do. Just commenting, liking, engaging, even supporting other people in the comment section as well. Like, I'm so appreciative of that. I look forward to being consistent and supporting y'all, because y'all definitely have been supporting me with just a lot of love, and I'm grateful. I'm definitely grateful for that. Make sure y'all check out the links in the description box. You'll find links to donate to this channel if you would like to. There's a lot of different options in which you can donate. I also have the super thanks button enabled on this app as well. So if you would like to donate through the app, then the option is available to you. You can also check me out on social media. If I'm not active over here, follow me over at Instagram or even at Facebook, to kind of see what's going on with me if you would like to. And you can also check me out on Etsy, where I post my line of 3D and hand painted gel press-on nails. Get into it, y'all. Get into it. But other than that, let's go ahead and get started, okay? Because the question that we are asking Spirit today is, what makes you irreplaceable? In addition to the Final Rose Tarot, I also have 3 other Oracle decks over here as well. I talk a lot, so I could be pulling out a lot of things that makes you irreplaceable. I could just be talking about a lot of things. So just listen up and get into it. Okay, listen up and get into it. So let's see what comes up. What makes you irreplaceable? We have the Queen of Cups with the Caregiver. That's really nice. Like, that's very sweet energy. That's very sweet. But let me go ahead and keep going and see what else comes up. We also have the Sent Home card. I think Sent Home is... I think the Sent Home card is the Death card. No, that's the End. Sent Home. Oh, the Tower. Okay. So we have the Tower card. And we also have the Eight of Pentacles, the Camera guy. I think you are a very strong support system to have around. That's what makes you irreplaceable. I feel like if someone is in need of support, if someone is going through an unexpected life change and transition, like, you are there. Some of y'all could be very maternal figures already, like, especially if you identify as a woman, you could be a very maternal figure. Like, you just have that maternal energy, like someone who really cares, who wants to take care of, who wants to provide, who wants to emotionally support. Like, y'all could really have that type of energy. Or if not, if you identify as being a man or a male, then you could potentially be a Cancer, because Cancer men typically have that type of maternal type of energy. Like, they'll take care of stuff, but you just can't rub a Cancer man the wrong way, because that's when y'all be ready. That's all I'm saying. But when you get the good aspects of a Cancer man, it could be very maternal, like someone who just wants to make sure that you're safe and secure and that you're taken care of. So I feel like that's something that's irreplaceable about y'all. Y'all have a really good heart, and you show your heart and you show your hand to people, so they know that you're not a bad person. Like, y'all are actually genuinely good-hearted type of people. Like, you might do things without any intentions on, oh, this person got to pay me back. It's like you're just doing things from the kindness of your heart because that's what you want to do. You know what I'm saying? That's just what you want to do. So I think that's a really nice energy to have, and that would definitely make you irreplaceable. It definitely would be, because if somebody tried to get over on you, like, that's on them. Like, what I just heard was the song by Bruno Mars, where he be like, I've been locked out of heaven for too long. That song. And it also makes me think about Jagged Edge, Walked Out of Heaven. So if anybody, like, is on your bad side, like, too bad, so sad for them, because they really could have had it all. Like, they could have had it all with you, or just with your goodness and the type of energy that you just display, the good-hearted nature that you have. Like, that's on them. But like, that's on them. Like, maybe somebody feel like that around you. They feel like they walked out of heaven. But that's on them, like I said, because you're just a good person to have around. Like, I feel like you're a very cool, calm, and collected person. I feel like you're not someone that tries to be chaotic or tries to start drama. You're definitely not an instigator. I definitely feel like you are someone who likes things to be peaceful, that likes to be calm. You like things to be copacetic, and that's just the environment that you create, you know, and you create that environment through your personality and who you are. Like I said, you're not really a dramatic, chaotic type of person. That's not really you. Like, if anything, you are someone who is going to help a situation as opposed to hindering the situation. And with the moon in reverse, I just feel like you just, like I said, you're a very good support system or person to have around. So you might be speaking to things that, you know, some people could be bad, but I feel like because of how you do it, it's so loving. So even if you had to give someone tough love, it's like they know that it's coming from a place of unconditional love, as opposed to a place of someone who is criticizing. You know, even with things that people try to hide or things that people don't want to acknowledge, I feel like you have a way of speaking to people's heart, and speaking to things that, sometimes people, I feel like they could be too prideful or arrogant or egotistical when it comes down to things that they need to change within their life. Um, or, I just feel like you're not someone who like will rub someone's misdoings in their face. Like, how some people be like, oh, you made your bed, now lie in it. It's like, you're not it's like, yeah, you made your bed, you gotta lie in it. But I feel like you're the type of person where it's like, we know, but you'll still support that person in despite what they did to get themselves in a specific situation. So I feel like you really do be speaking sometimes to people's confusion. You really be speaking to people when they're disillusioned, or when they're not seeing something clearly, or if they're confused about something. It's like you really do speak to that. And I think oftentimes with life is like things can be confusing as things transition. People may not know where they end up on the other side of things, and I feel like you're a really good guide. Like, you can help to speak to that. And I think this is something that you work on diligently. Like, so some of y'all could be like, this could be something that you actually do for work. Or if you don't do this for work, y'all should really consider life coaching or consider counseling. Because I think like you would do a really good job as far as like being a good guide. Like, when it comes down to the afterlife, depending on what you think, I feel like y'all, or what beliefs, that what you believe in, I feel like y'all could be really good guides. Like, your descendants, the people that come after you, it's like you're gonna do right by those people. Because you care. Like, it's like love is within you, so you show love. Like, that type of thing. I feel like you would be a really good ancestor. You would be a really good guide. A really good spirit guide. Like, really good supportive, just like a really nice, loving, and supportive energy. Like, yeah, it's just love. Like, love comes from you. Like, love comes from you. Like, and yeah, with the seven of wands, I think like y'all really could actually be mothers. But it's like, not saying that you're just like someone who's just like, oh, you just gotta love everybody, love is all we need. Like, those types of comments can be very like bypassing, because life is challenging. And you already know, even with relationships, like, it can't just be love, it has to be other things there as well. I feel like you're that person too, where it's like, it's not just about love, like, but if you have to do certain things, like, what I heard was commit certain acts. If you have to do that in the name of you loving yourself and self-love, then you must do that as well. So y'all aren't necessarily like pushovers, someone who is weak, or someone who is just mad, weak, and vulnerable. I feel like there's a certain part of vulnerability that you show, which is just extending and sharing love with other people. I think that could be a very vulnerable thing that you do, but that does not mean that you are a weak person. That's not what that means. I feel like you all work diligently at clearing your space. I feel like, you could be someone who goes through a lot of different detoxes, or you choose who you're going to extend your love to, knowing that you can't extend your love to everybody. You can't be committed and loyal to everybody, because everybody does not deserve it. So that's a lesson that you all could have learned, or something that you're diligently working on right now, which is choosing who deserves your loyalty and who deserves your commitment. So that's really nice, because at least it shows that you're not someone who is a pushover. Like, oftentimes people think that, people who are like y'all are pushovers, or you're weak, or, okay, you could have been victimized. You could have been victimized by people who did not deserve your love. You could have been, to even get into this energy to where it's like you're defending yourself, and you're being choosy. Some of y'all could be really choosy lovers right now, where you're choosing on where to direct this energy towards. And life will do that. Life will do that. But like I said, that does not necessarily mean that you are weak people. I just feel like you know who to show up for, and you know who to not show up for. But I can definitely tell you that when people, like I said, when people are going through life's changes, like, you show up for them, which is irreplaceable. I feel like that's something people can never forget. Like, I think there's a saying where it's like, people can never forget how you made them feel, or they'll never forget the things that you've done for them. It's like, that type of thing. That I think that makes you irreplaceable. Like, something, maybe somebody could comment below in the comment section and tell me what that, who said that. I feel like it's Maya Angelou. I feel like that's where the quote came from, but it's kind of like, it's something along the lines of like, people may forget this, but they'll never forget how you treated them. Something along those lines. So y'all let me know. Let me know. Help your girl out. Help your girl out. And we have the Two of Wands. The Two of Wands. I feel like this is a choice and decision that you all have made. Like, I'm not sure what made you decide to do this. Maybe you have experienced a lack of love, and instead of, you know, just continuing to perpetuate that towards other people, maybe you have decided to go down the path of, no, I'm going to be this way. Like, I'm going to be a supportive, loving, empathetic, caring person. Like, this is what I'm choosing to do, you know? So it's a personal decision that you all have made. Despite anything, and this is a personal decision that you have made. Like, that's what's up, because this world is full of a lot of hate, and it's full of a lot of evil and wickedness. It's full of hate, evil, and wickedness. So the fact that you're deciding to be this way, like, it's needed. It's needed. Like, I appreciate your contribution. Okay, if you're resonating with pile 3, I appreciate your contribution, because it's not too many people that's like you. And then we also have the Page of Cups here as well. Like, we have the Page of Cups here as well. So I just feel like you all decide to go down. You just decided to be a better person. Like, in a world where, like I said, it's a lot of evil, wickedness, and hate, you just decided to be this way. I feel like you are just a lover. That's just who you are. Like, you just, not only do you show love for yourself, but you especially show love and care to other people. And I feel like it's better for you to be in this energy. It's like your vibration, you probably feel like the only vibration you could really be in is of a higher vibe. You're not really trying to be in anything negative. You're not really trying to be into anything dramatic. That's not really what you're trying to do. Like, so that's why I feel like y'all are really good guides. Like, you just help to guide people in a positive direction. Or you help to just guide people how to, I think, like, you help people to focus on themselves. Like, you help people to focus on what is internally going on with them, and helping them to understand the correlation between your internal world and how it relates to your external world. So if you feel like there's a lot of chaos going on in your external world, like, you're someone who would tell people to, like, okay, maybe you need to breathe and meditate and focus. Maybe you need to, if you're feeling disorganized, like, get it together. You know what I'm saying? Write, journal, do what you have to do to help things be a little more stable and balanced within you. I feel like you're that type of person. So you could be a really good pillar. Like, it just makes me think about like a storm, and then it's just like a tree, and the tree, regardless of the storm, is like, the tree is just still standing strong. It's like, you could be that type of person as well, like, or in that type of energy. Like, doesn't matter if things are chaotic, you're standing strong. Like, that could be there as well. But yeah, that could definitely be there as well. So we have the Four of Pentacles, and with the Four of Pentacles in this card, it's different. It's saying possessive, but I feel like for you all with the Four of Pentacles, it really comes from you having a good, strong center, and you being able to be balanced. I know oftentimes with the Four of Pentacles, it can talk about like, you know, yeah, you have things built up around you, but you maybe start to become a little codependent on those things being around. But for you all, I just feel like that could be a place of stability and a place of empowerment for yourself, the things that you have built up around yourself. Or for some reason, I feel like it could even be the important relationships that are the important relationships that you have. So you all could have actually built up very supportive relationships by just showing love to others. And it does not necessarily have to mean you have to have a lot of friends. You can have a limited friends group, or you can even have one friend, but you have a healthy connection with that person. It's an empowered connection that you have with that person. So That's definitely nice. Um, that's definitely nice. But yeah, and we also have the Two of Swords. We have the Two of Swords here as well. And oftentimes with the Two of Swords, it can talk about like, confusion or not really knowing what choice to make, or, things could be a little chaotic. But oftentimes with the Two of Swords, I feel like there's the positive aspect to that, which is that mental sparring, that ability to go back and forth within your thoughts and to see things from different angles, which I feel like oftentimes we don't give ourselves enough chance to do that. Sometimes I feel like people sit in that confusion instead of like, what is that confusion telling you? Like maybe you're torn, your head wants to go a certain way, your heart wants to go a certain way. So give yourself the time to work through those feelings. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like that's something that you do as well. It's like you give yourself time to work through different things, like, and it probably puts you in an empowered space to go through this process. So I feel like you encourage other people to go through this process as well. Like you allow people to experience the processes and what they're going through in life, but you also will be there as a nice pillar, and you'll be there to stand in the gap for someone and to love them as they're going through these things. So that's why I'm like, y'all could be parents, very maternal, or just have that maternal energy that is within you that is irreplaceable. I feel like people feel loved. Like people feel loved when they're around you, or they know that, despite what is going on in their life, like they know that that love is going to be there as well. So that's why I said, if anybody fumbled you, like, oh well, so sad, because it seems like you're an unconditional loving type of person. Like you allow people to make the mistakes that they need to make, but you're still there. Like you don't throw things back in people's face. Like that's not what you do. Like that's not what you do. Like let's see what comes up from the wisdom of the oracle. In the wisdom of the oracle, we have yin. So y'all could very much be in your yin energy. Like, and I know the yin energy really be like an energy of just love. It's submissive energy. It's the divine feminine energy. But it's also like one of compassion as well. Like it's compassion. So I feel like y'all could be in that like yin energy. Which is really nice, because you really do show compassion to other people. That's why I'm just like, how could somebody fumble you? Or look, I don't know, like it's a lot of loving, caring goodness that's coming from you, which is refuge when life can be so chaotic. So that's really nice. Like that's really nice. Like just loving energy. Like that's really nice. Like that's really nice. So give me a second, y'all. I had a card. I had a card that has mad cards, actually. It's mad cards, y'all. Give me a second. I'm trying to get a card from the Hip Hop Queens deck. Okay, so we got style with Saweetie. We have style. So it's not necessarily just based on how you look, but it just could be your own specific style of just love and how you love other people, how you support other people. I just feel like it's needed. I feel like it's something that isn't that you just can't get from everywhere. It's very well, this is the what makes you irreplaceable, right? So I just feel like it's a love that you just can't get everywhere, that you just can't find. I feel like if someone finds you, they find a good thing. If someone's friends with you, they're friends with a good person, that type of thing. Because it's very hard to, like I said, to encounter people like you who's just going to be loving and supportive and may even exhibit some unconditional love, even though you're not a pushover. You have your own boundaries as well, which is really nice. Like I feel like, you know you're just the type of person who's like you know that everybody's gonna live life, but if someone needs help, they know they can come to you, and you're not gonna deny them of that loving kindness and support that just is, that just is, and you don't expect anything back in return. Because oftentimes I feel like you might be encountered with people who definitely do need love and they do need healing, but you may not really get yourself mixed up with these people too much. Like, that's why I said for some of y'all, I feel like this is your job, this is your occupation, this is what you're doing, so it's like, if you identify someone that maybe not is unhealed, I don't feel like you are going to get yourself too caught up with that person, in a way, because it's like you understand that they're dealing with mad chaos, so why would you put yourself in that position? But I do think that you are someone who is just like, it's just making me think of like mother, where it's like, if someone needs help, they know they could come to you, but you're not trying to be overbearing and you're not trying to be smothering. It's that type of energy as well. Like, so I just think you have your own specific way that you love people. What I just heard was love me in a special way. Like, I don't know if you all love that song by DeBarge, but that just came up, like, love me in a special way. So I think that's probably the type of love and care that you give to others. It's like, it's special, but it's not smothering. It's not, you don't impose on other people. That type of thing. But let's see. Oh, I already took cards from this deck. Okay, let's get a Divine Feminine Oracle deck and let's see what else comes up with this deck. So we have the Apologize card came out. The Apologize card came out. I don't think it's necessarily like, oh, you you have to apologize to someone, or someone, like someone owes you an apology, or you owe someone an apology. I just feel like you're someone who is like, you could be very open and aware in the fact of like, like, it just tapped into your emotions to even be able to do that. Some people don't want to be aware or take accountability when they know they've done something wrong. But I just think this factors into your love style. It's like, you're not someone who's too proud. Like, I think you're a very like humble person, someone like, someone who's focused on humility, someone who's very down to earth, that type of individual. And I feel like if you had to apologize to someone, you would freely do so if you did something wrong to them. I just think this has to do with you just being loving and you just being aware and you being vulnerable enough to do this, vulnerable enough, but not weak. Y'all not weak people. I think you're a very meek individual. Meek, M-E-E-K, okay? Not weak, W-E-A-K. That's not you. And then we also have sweetness here as well. Yeah, just very sweet and kind person. Like, just very sweet and kind, like, which is really nice. And I feel like this is, like I said, is needed. Is needed in a world full of craziness going on. Like, your energy is definitely very needed. And I just feel like if anybody walk out on you, they walked out of heaven. I can't say what is to become of that person, but there's definitely a lot of unconditional love and care and nurturing that is surrounding you, and you just support other people so well by being there, not trying to be too smothering or overbearing, but you're there to listen to people and you're there to guide them and you're there to help them, maybe make better choices and decisions in life that are more so in alignment with their highest good as opposed to not. So yeah, I feel like a lot of you find empowerment from being loving, and that's nice. That's nice because, like I said, some people feel like it's weak to be that way, but you find empowerment being in this way. So I think I'm gonna go ahead and leave it there. I really can't tell y'all for how long I've been talking. I just hope that you all resonated with this reading. I hope you understood it, and I definitely hope that you like, comment, and subscribe. And I cannot wait to see y'all in the next one. Be blessed, y'all.